Take one.
Go. Are we recording?
Yes.
Whoops. Cut that out.
No, I'm doing everything. I'm not editing anything anymore. I'm
Fuck this
full
shit.
set. Uncut version, unhinged. I like it. I'm
Just
here for
won't
it.
talk the whole time.
Ah. Well, welcome you guys.
To a new episode. What? That was a mix of new and another. That's what just happened.
We just talked about this because
Listen,
she was like
I've
my
been reading
favorite thing.
posts, yeah, about people who like try to say one thing and then it combines something with something else and then nothing cohesive comes out.
Yeah, and then you told me that, and then I was thinking about it all day, and then I did it, and I'm like,
Hey, this just happened. But what was it?
it was
What did you
skin
say?
tone. I was tone and color.
She said cone. Which is still a word, but
It's close enough. Or like I was talking to you about how sometimes my brain moves faster than my hand. So then when I'm trying to write the word death, and I wrote E first.
just left out the D.
I do it all the time. I always miss the first letter. Because I'm like, I gotta write the word fast. And I'm like,
Brain's working too fast.
Yeah.
I don't really have that problem. To be honest.
Yeah, I struggle a little bit. How have you been? What have you, I guess, I don't know, update the world?
I feel like everybody that I've talked to has been struggling mentally. We've all been having
Yeah, I
a
agree.
tough time.
I don't know what it is. I think collectively it's just been so rough.
Like, I think watching the world, everything that's happening in the world right now.
Crumble. It's crumbling.
Free Palestine, by the way.
Dude,
Not to, to take a stance.
it's really sad.
It's extremely sad, and it's been happening for a really long time, and it's crazy that it took this long to, for the world to actually see what's going on. I had
Yeah.
no idea until,
Oh, I didn't either.
recently.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know a lot about what's going on in the rest of the world. Like we get so focused in our like day-to-days and like our small problems here that we forget that there's like real shit going on out there.
Yeah, and it makes our problems look like nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I can't really complain about being sad when
Right.
people are literally being killed.
Right.
But there is a genocide happening, you know.
It is sad. It's not okay.
No,
And I'm a squishy soul, and then see all that and those children and just it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
and we're funding it, so that's shitty.
We live in such a shitty world.
Yeah.
Like to be on a real note, like it's just so much. It's too much. It's
too much.
overwhelming.
And like collectively, there are so many people who are struggling to
Oh my God.
just live, just live,
Just
pay their
basic
bills.
things, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the thing about like homeless people too is like it can literally happen to anyone. And
Anyone.
people don't
Yeah.
understand that.
anything can happen at any point in time that
Yeah.
just displaces you, and then
You could lose all your assets, you could lose all your income.
there are a lot of people who are struggling so much right now, and it's just like, what's the point of
Yeah.
doing this and like struggling when we're not happy, we don't know what our purpose is, we don't know what we're doing this for,
Yeah, I don't know. Connections are harder to make.
and maintain. Yeah,
Both in friendships and relationships. Like, I don't know. I think I don't know where we're heading, but it's not good.
it's not good, but I think it has been very eye-opening for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to look at it, which I understand that too, but we are not going to move forward unless you
Right.
look at it.
Right.
So,
And you can't, I mean, there's some things you definitely can't avoid. I feel like, and like I said, people just get so wrapped up in their little shit and they're like,
yeah.
their routine, like wake up,
Which
work,
everyone
come
is
home.
guilty of.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course.
we do
Yeah,
that. I
for
definitely do
sure.
that.
For sure, me too.
So yeah, it's been an interesting year, honestly. Ever since 2023 hit, I was like, holy shit,
I feel
it's been wild.
Nothing has been like normal since pre-pandemic.
Yeah, seriously. It just, I don't know. I
Bro.
don't like it. I feel like we'll never have that sense of normalcy. Is that the right word for it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially even now, because like the wars and all the killing.
Yeah, and it's happening in like multiple companies, countries, where
Yeah.
a lot of people are really unhappy with their government, and
Yeah, for sure.
I don't.
It's
We try to fight and protest, and peacefully, and some people not
right,
peacefully, but it's not going anywhere.
right, right,
These people have this control.
right.
Anyway,
I am interested. We talked a little bit about this today. I am interested to see how the generation under us handles everything
you guys are
because
wild. Gen Z is something else, and I love it.
I'm here for it.
Same.
I'm pretty excited to see what changes y'all make.
Yeah, because I don't know, you guys are like, this is not how we want to live. So
Yeah, us millennials are just suffering through it. just
we're just like,
me.
I feel like we're kind of the bridge in between. I mean, we are the bridge in
We
between
are the bridge,
the
yeah.
boomers. Is that who's
Yeah.
the generation above us?
I have no idea.
Boomers?
Wait, what are we? What is our? Are we
Millennial.
Gen X or whatever?
No,
Which gen are we?
we're just millennials.
I think there's an actual
No.
one for it.
Maybe there is, but I no.
She was so confident.
No.
For a hot second. She was so confident, all of a sudden she was like,
Wait.
and then she's like, no, there's no way.
No, we're millennials.
No.
Okay, it's boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z.
Wouldn't we be like, we're Gen Y? Why? Why?
Yeah, why is life? That's a good way to remember that.
I think that's hilarious also for those of you that oh wait, what's the millennial age like range? What does it say right here? So those of you that don't know, it is 1981 to 1996 because a lot of people that I know that are like 93s, they're like or 83s, sorry, 1983.
Who do you know who's 83?
I dated someone that was 10 years older than I was.
Damn.
And I was laughing so hard because I'm like, nah, bitch, you a millennial.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
I'm
dated
sorry.
someone who was 86 and they didn't want to be claimed as millennial.
Yeah.
But like,
And I was like, you are.
You
I'm
are.
sorry.
yep.
I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It was so funny though because I like looked it up and everything because I fact checked most of my shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry, bro. Just as dumb as I am.
You're in the same group. Yeah, that's a pretty big range. I wonder what's after Gen Z.
After Gen Z.
Yeah. We are way off topic.
I know.
Not what we're planning to talk about today, but
Wait a minute. What happens after Gen Z? That's the end of the alphabet. Gen Zero. What's after?
they're called Zoomers instead of Boomers. Did you know that? Little fun fact.
Okay,
for you.
Zoomer.
Yes. But like eventually the Zoomers are going to be our boss. Our bosses, maybe. I don't want to be a Zoomer boss.
Yeah, right. Fuck that. Can barely even handle.
No, why? They're going to be awesome. They're going to be like, yeah, take time off.
No, because they're gonna cry every time I say something.
Maybe.
I can say that because my sister is.
Gen Z is so interesting to me because they will be so harsh about so many things, but then like cry when they have to make their own dentist and doctor appointments.
They're Gen Alpha. After Gen Z, I want to be Gen Alpha. That's fucking
Are they gonna
cool.
take over the? What does that mean?
It's from 2010 to or yeah, 2010 to 2024, and then follows Generation Beta.
So we're just restarting over.
Yeah, but it's not just A, because it's not Gen
It'll
A.
be shortened eventually.
I hope so. I hope so. Then are we? Gen Z is Gen Zulu? Zolo? What? Zulu?
What?
You know it's like the alpha beta, like it's the alphabet.
What is that called?
I don't. What is
The
alpha,
military
beta,
thing.
omega? I was with somebody who was a pilot and they made me remember all of that. He would quiz me and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do
I
it, friend.
dated somebody who got into like walkie-talkie shit. Like, but like legit walkie-talkie
No,
shit.
I know exactly what you're talking about. We did that
And
too.
he was like, you have to learn this, and I obviously did not. What is that
What is
pilot
Z and
code?
alpha? Well, you know what? If anyone can just tell us, that would be cool because I don't want to Google it. It's taking too
Yeah,
long.
this is way off topic. Sorry. From how are you?
Wait, I have a way to bridge it back
Okay, good.
to our
Let's
topic.
wrap this shit up. Wait. But how are you?
Wait, walkie
Yeah.
talkies.
Sorry.
Oops, I spelled that wrong. That's fine. I spelled
This is just for us.
talaki. Okay. Yeah, don't ask questions. I am doing great. I'm fine.
Fine is like I think a trigger word for me because
too.
it's never genuine.
It's never
if anybody
genuine.
says I'm fine, they're not fine.
I know.
They never are.
No, I definitely am not. I mean, like, over.
At least we can laugh about it.
I'm okay.
That's better.
Yeah.
More genuine.
Just been having a mental breakdown every day. It's no big deal. It's okay. No, I've been okay. I think I've finally gotten to just the point where I'm like overwhelmed so much that I'm like, me, fuck it. Like
Like
everything's
just in life.
yeah, because I feel like everything's gonna work out just fine. I keep trying to like worry about this and that and worry about the past and worry about the future. And I definitely, because we are creatures of patterns, right? So
For
we
sure.
try to predict what's going to happen. And so the patterns in my life lately is giving me PTSD
Because
because
you see that changes.
yes, because I'm like, I already know how this plays out because it's happened to me already.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, but then I have to remember it's a different person, it's a different time, it's a completely different situation, all around the so I can't. But it's
also
so
like
hard.
it's a trauma response, and you're
Yeah.
ultimately you're trying to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And so you can't be mad at yourself for trying to protect yourself.
Right.
But it's scary and it's hard to just let go of control and let things play out how they're going to
Yes.
play out, and how you react is
Dude,
okay.
I'm not good with releasing control. I'm not good at it. I'm not nice
We
about it
looked
either.
at tangent. We looked up our life path numbers.
my
If
God.
you guys,
I'm so fired
know
up.
this. And I like found it and I sent it to Mitty, and I was like, yours is this, and literally the theme of that specific life path number is letting go of control.
Yeah, I was like, I was not trying to get called out right now by a TikTok. Dude, TikTok always comes for my life.
Yeah.
Every time I go on there, I'm like, damn it.
If it makes you feel any better, mine is that I have to finish things, and I finish nothing. So I start so many projects
I
and
do the same
things and
thing.
never finish
But we're
them.
here. We're doing this.
We're doing this.
Slowly but surely.
We took a little break.
The
But
break was necessary.
Yeah, it
and
was.
I'm really excited to restart.
and we're getting back
everything.
to it. So
Yeah,
good
it's
for
good.
us.
It's good. I don't know.
We're doing
Yeah.
it.
So about the walkie-talkies, dude. When I was in,
Yeah.
so I lived in Oregon for a year, and the person I was with, we had legit walkie-talkies. Like
he was the
yeah, and he
Interact.
would like. He'd bring it with him to work because he wanted to see if I could hear him from the parking lot, and I could. So the range was really good.
Yeah.
So it was super funny too, because sometimes he'd be like on his way home and he'd be like walking me and it'd freak me out. So I used to video game stream, and Phasmophobia was my
Oh, yeah.
favorite. Okay,
Spooky
so
game.
right, and we were on a pretty big plot of land, and so like he'd always be like out back chopping wood or something crazy. And
Don't hate on chopping wood. I love chopping
and
wood.
I'm just like chilling inside playing my video games.
Playing your scary video games and
Yes,
he's
yes, no. Okay, so I was like sitting there and it was like, because it was dead and I had it on the charger.
Oof.
And I just wasn't like paying attention to it. And then yeah, it was like all of a sudden, wait, I'm trying to think. This happened a few times.
Mitty.
No. Please don't do this to me.
Yeah.
It just happened 2 times, but one of them specifically, it was out in the living room, and I guess I'll do it visually here. So like my computer room is here, and then you walk through the kitchen, and then the living room, and then in here to the bathroom. So it's like all the way in a different area. And so I was playing my game, obviously all freaked out because you're ghost hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I have to pee. So I get up and I go into the living room, and the walkie-talkie was on, and it was just static. And I was freaking out, and I turned it off, and I turned it back on, and it was quiet, and I go, hello, is anyone there?
You're the bitch that dies in horror movies.
He was like, yeah, what do you need? I'm like, did you leave this here on? This is locked up. And I got back all sweaty and stuff, because, like, my hands sweat when I get nervous. So, yeah, I thought I was being haunted. And then another time it was next to me by the computer while I was playing, and it like he said something on there, and I was like, what? Did you just talk on this? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm trying.
Don't talk to me on this thing that's meant to talk to me on.
How dare you? How dare you?
My ex had like the legit ones. He like had to get a license and everything for it.
Oh my god, we found ours on the ground.
Cool.
His uncle and his mom, well, his dad is they're both hoarders.
Oh.
And so and he was a construction worker. So he had like a bunch of weird stuff. I mean, it was kind of cool, but also like taking over that place was
A lot, yeah.
something.
Yuck.
But I learned a lot. But yeah, I also thought that, okay. This also ties in, I promise. Super short story. When I first moved into this house, I'm talking, this house is old. Like, you had to pull the chain to flush the toilet, old. And it had, like, avocado lime wallpaper. But on top of that was, like, some weird flower power, like, orange and brown. You know what I'm talking
Sounds
about?
amazing.
Yeah, but we ripped that
Honestly.
down, and then with lime, like, avocado, a lime thing, and then we ripped that down. I'm like, where are we going to get to the
What was under that?
There was carpet, nothing. There was carpet in the kitchen, like that type of stuff. And when I moved to Oregon, it was just me and my 2 cats. And it was terrible.
I whipped their child. Sorry.
So funny. But I thought it was haunted. I thought, because it was so old, and it was in Oregon.
Yeah.
Basement was it was just, actually, we didn't have a basement. We had like a crawl space. And it was just so eerie feeling, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. So then, like, I moved in there by myself first.
Where was he?
Colorado.
Still here.
Yeah. So he was getting ready to move everything, so he's packing up the
You went
house.
first.
Yes, because he was finishing the bathroom.
Oh,
Whatever, the master
yeah,
bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah, so then I, like, go there by myself, and I'm just like,
I'm gonna die here.
I'm gonna die. And, like, so every night when I went to go to bed, I would hear a scratching noise, like scratching on the door.
Mm-mm.
And so I would play National Geographic on the TV every night. Well, I didn't know we were sharing internet with his parents next door. And so he's like, why did we cap our internet? That was the first time I learned you can cap your internet.
Yeah, I did not.
And
know
I
that.
was like, probably because there is a scratching noise.
Let it play overnight.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. And then, like, you know, like, I'd find, like, drawers open in the guest bedroom, and I literally was like, did someone die in this room? Like, it's, so the bedroom, and then there's the hall, and there's bathroom, and the guest bedroom. And I hated going in that guest bedroom. It just felt gross. Like, I just hated it. And I'd find the closet door particularly, like, cracked open. And I was like, I don't like it. And I close it every time. Whatever. So then fast forward to when he finally does get here. I'm like, do you fucking hear that? I'm like, am I going insane? Like, what is happening? He put, like, a router in this closet outside in the hall, like, by the kitchen. And it was like a CD. So when he opened the door, I was like, are you kidding me? So it was like, you know how a CD, when it turns and it scratches, so then it, like, clicks a little bit, it was echoing through because it was just a room made of wood. So it was echoing through and going into my room.
That's super eerie.
It's super creepy. And then the cupboards, my fucking cats.
Yeah. That's really funny, actually.
But that room, I'm pretty sure his grandma passed away in. So I was like, I feel, because he wouldn't give me a real answer, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this room. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But if you haven't guessed, today we're talking about ghosts and life after death and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Welcome to We're Not Even Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. We forgot to say that at the beginning.
We're not even crazy.
We're not even We're not even crazy.
We did it.
We did it.
Third time's the charm. Okay. I want to ask people, too, but do you believe in an afterlife?
What do you think happens when you die?
Yeah.
Tell us what you think happens.
Yeah, I think that would be... I'm interested to see other people's perspective on it and thoughts, because there's a lot of things that play in it. Religion, spirituality.
Yep.
Not spirituality or religion. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think... Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
I know, I saw it leave. I saw it drift away.
I don't know what I was going for. I started reading this book called Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton, and shut up. I told Mitty about it, and so she's been audio listening to it as well, and
it's really interesting.
I think that kind of like put me on this kick of just asking people, what do you think happens? And honestly, a majority of people are like, nothing. This is it. You're done.
Which is wild.
YOLO.
And it's interesting because the book goes through a bunch of case studies via like hypnosis and stuff, and they're all very similar. They all describe very similar things.
Yeah. The Dr. Newton is a therapist, but he works in like psychotherapy and hypnosis. Hypnotherapy. That's the word I'm looking for.
You were close.
Man.
You were close. Bye.
I'm struggling today.
That's how I felt when we recorded the other video. I was like, I can't function right now.
Yeah, maybe I'll be able to tighten up,
it's
but
okay.
We'll see.
We did have a lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee before this, yeah. But yeah, so he has like over 7,000 patients who come to him just kind of for various things, but it's all for the purpose of being hypnotized and like talking through what happens. And almost everybody says the same thing about, what it looks like, their experiences, things like that. And after they die.
Yeah, and their life between lives.
Yeah.
Which is also really interesting because it's like, where does it go? Where does everything go?
Yeah.
Do you want to go through what you believe in? And
yeah.
Then, I mean, we believe in the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's essentially like what they talk about in this book. So like, I believe in reincarnation, that, we essentially are living multiple lives in order to...
Our souls.
Progress our souls.
Yeah.
And learn different lessons in different lives. So like, me as a white woman in America is going to learn something different than obviously a person in Palestine right now.
Right.
But like that we could live any of those lives, any single life.
And we probably have.
And we're going to learn different things throughout those lives and different lessons. So that's what I believe.
Yeah, and then so me and my boyfriend also were talking about like ghosts and stuff because I asked him, so my boyfriend does not believe that there's anything that happens after death, which is totally okay.
And doesn't believe in ghosts.
Doesn't believe in ghosts either. I of course do because we can feel energy, and you can't destroy energy. You can't create. Well, you can't create energy, right? What is the whole thing about that? Sorry, no, that's a side tangent.
Well.
What energy?
I feel like you can create new energy, but it takes a lot.
Like you can't manifest it from nothing, though. You have to, right? Okay. But anyway, so I feel like if you pass away, your energy and your conscience, like it has to go somewhere. It doesn't just evaporate.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so, obviously.
Yeah.
But so it was interesting because he was like, I of course see both sides. I get why he's skeptical because he hasn't experienced any,
And I
spiritual
feel like the
stuff.
more logical person is
Yes.
like, that's
Yes.
ridiculous,
Yes. And yeah,
And we are somewhat logical, but mostly emotional
mostly
based.
emotional.
We feel everything
Yeah.
very deeply. We can feel when energy shifts, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, I understand your point because, like, the eye and your mind will play tricks on you. Like, the coat hanger over there, sometimes I'll walk past it, and, like, when I walk past it, it looks like a figure. But it's not.
Hmm.
It's just my brain trying to fill in things. Or, like,
Yeah, yeah,
dreams,
yeah.
they'll fill in faces just from your day to day life. So I was like, I get where you're saying. I get why he thinks that,
Yeah.
but I don't believe it.
Yeah, and I think that that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I talk to a lot of people about this, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's how most people
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. And then he was asking, like, well, what creates ghosts? And I was like, I think what happens is that when someone dies, like, abruptly, or, like, they have something left that they need to take care of here that their just soul can't, like, let go of,
Move
then
on,
they
yeah.
get stuck in this plane to where it's like, I can't leave. And then or a lot of cases, they don't know that they're dead.
What did the book say about that? Because you brought that up the other day. So me,
Yeah.
I'm ADHD, so I started the book and then like kind of forgot about it and then
Yeah.
came back to it later. But I was like halfway through the book, so
Yeah.
Mitty was like, "Oh, this happened in the beginning of the book." I was like, "What are you talking about?" But
Yeah.
what did it say about it?
So one of the case studies was this lady, I think. I don't know. He made it sound like a lady voice, so I'm gonna go with a
In the
lady.
audio book.
But basically, she's like, oh my gosh, like I'm floating above my body, and she's like, "Ah, I'm dead, and she just like couldn't, and she's like, I'm not ready to leave my body, and all this stuff, and was like, well, maybe I'll wait till like after they bury me and all this stuff and all that, and she's like, I
Oh,
want to tell them that I'm here,
I
and like
kept
trying to
putting it off.
communicate. Yeah, and then was like, but she was describing it as like a magnetic pull. So like
Which
first,
is almost all the cases describe
yeah,
it that way.
which
Yeah.
makes sense. Like if your energy's got to shift somewhere,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially if it's just floating there.
Floating around. Yeah.
But and then time works differently apparently. Like our one day would be like their like minute or something.
Yeah.
So it'd just be different. Sorry, I thought it fell, and I was like, my white pants.
But
So that was interesting.
yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't know. I have definitely lived in multiple places where I've had some weird shit go down.
Yeah.
Like,
You did a meditation, like the regression thing. Is that where
oh
you found
yeah,
out of
I've done. So it's the same. I'm trying to think. His name is Brian Weiss. It's like a
Bryce?
Weiss.
Weiss.
Weiss
Close enough.
or IE. I don't know.
Weiss.
I don't know. But yeah, he does a past life regression that is like a guided meditation sort of thing, and I had heard about it through TikTok.
Where we get all of our
Damn
news.
it.
All of our news.
and and so I had like tried it a couple of times, like nothing happened. Was not really meditating at that point in my life, so I couldn't really like get into kind of like the zone.
Yeah.
But one day I tried it, and it was like the most vivid thing I've ever experienced.
That's crazy.
Where essentially he's like guiding you through, and he's like, okay, now you step through the door, now you're in your body, look down at your body, who are you, what clothes are you wearing, like all these things. I was like,
oh, that's what the book does too. Yeah.
I was not white. I was wearing like very old clothes that were like linen-y.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I was like standing in a field, and it was my land that I had with my husband, who had like gone off somewhere, but I had two sons.
Yeah. That's
crazy. This sounds super fucked up, but one of my sons is like, oh, that's my son. But the other one, I was like, He's the apple of my eye, like the joy of my heart. I love this person so much.
And then there's my other one.
Whatever. So fucked
I
up.
had two sons, but really I had one.
You know, it is what it is. And that's how I felt. And while I was doing that, when I saw that son,
Yeah.
like I started crying. I actually
That's a
started
lot like the
crying,
book, though, yeah.
to see him. And like, so
Oh,
you're going through this, and like, okay, now you're in this life, and we were like working our lands,
yeah.
me and some other people, and my
Love that.
sons. My husband
My
wasn't there. I
son.
don't know. I said sons plural. But one definitely got better treatment than the other. Whoops. But
It's in the past.
yeah, can't do much about it now. But yeah, and then he walks you through. Okay, now the scene changes to the most important time in that life,
Yeah.
and then the scene changes, and then you're going through that, and then okay, now you're at the end of your life. Scene changes again. I'm in a bed in like a cottage with a
Yeah.
fireplace, and like my family is around me.
Yeah.
My sons are adults and
Yeah.
have
That's crazy.
like lives, and
Yeah.
I have wrinkly skin, and I'm dying in my bed.
Yeah.
And then my soul floated above my
Yeah.
body, and I could see it, and then that was it. So like, and I've
But
done it a
that's so
few different
sweet.
times and have like had different
Right.
experiences
Right.
each time. But yeah, it's fascinating. But then, okay, so this book really focuses on what happens in between the lives where you're incarnating.
Right.
And that's-
Right. But it
yeah.
did go through that story of her at the moment of death,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is really interesting.
Yeah. Looking over your
Yeah.
dead body, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like that's
I'm here, but
me.
I'm what?
I think it would take me a minute to like
Like,
realize.
recognize. Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, even when my friend passed away, like, the next day they were like, yeah, his computer just, like, turned on. And it's the same time we always jump on the computer. And, like, so I feel like out of habit, like, he's just living his.
And he showed up to you a few times.
Yeah, that
too.
bastard. Not in the nicest way.
It's like, hey, Mitty.
I was. I don't remember if his birthday or like his anniversary, but I was super bent out of shape. So then I went in the bathroom to go cry,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I don't know. I just felt something. It's so the toilets. If you sit down and then you stand up, the
It's like
motion.
the automatic flushing.
Yeah, but like it only goes off if you move. So like I sat down and then just sat there because it only does it when you get back up for some reason. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But it didn't flush when I sat down. So I just sat still. And then mine flushed. And I was like, okay, whatever. That's fine. And I was like, but I wasn't thinking about the flushing. I was like, Kang, just give me 5 more minutes to cry. Like, I need this right now. And then the stall next to me flushed and no one was there. And then I got real freaked out, so I booked it out of the bathroom. and then I was like, okay, I'm leaving, God damn it. And then, yeah, that toilet was broke. It just broke.
Just like kept flushing.
But I was like, what is the chances of like the one I was using like flush that makes sense. Okay, fine, that's a fluke. But the one next to me starts flushing. I'm like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
And then we used to play Phasmophobia, and you'd always like turn on the water and shit in the bathroom. I was like, what is that noise?
Yeah. So I feel like that was kind of his way of being like, I'm watching
Yeah,
out over
he's basically
you.
like, stop crying about me, get your ass up, go back to work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was sweet, but also scared the
Well, scary.
shit out of me. But I knew it was him. It's like I was like, I just feel it.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get sad. No, I think yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh my god. Wait, is there a difference between ghosts and spirits? Because I wrote ghosts and spirits, but is there a difference between them?
Then there's also like poltergeists and
Oh yeah, Phasmophobia taught
things.
me that.
I don't
Phasmophobia
know
is
what
like
the difference is.
they have like 20 different ghosts, so you have to go around and grab clues on which ghost it is. So there's like
Oh.
Onis, or there's like so the different types are like some of them are really aggressive, or some of them only like you when you're alone, some of them like you when you're in a group. Like, yeah, so
I don't like that.
all of them hated the spirit box. Every time I use the spirit box, and I don't know if it's because my voice is so high pitched, because every time I use the spirit box, I die. Gets me every time.
What is a spirit box?
So the spirit box is like it goes kind of on like radio frequencies. So, but it's like a higher frequency that like we typically wouldn't be able to hear.
Oh, where they can communicate and you can hear them
Yes,
and like
yes.
voices
And
through that.
I
That's scary.
I have been skeptical about it because like I am like I wonder if it picks up like radio words,
Frequencies, yeah.
but if you ask questions and it's like specific answers, then if like then I'm like I don't you can't really fake. I
Yeah.
don't know how you can like fake that.
Yeah. And I've seen, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Sorry, I
know
have
how
my
I
hand
feel
up
about
like
that.
this.
I know, I've been doing that
I'm
too.
sorry. It's a powerful stance. This
Mm,
is a wait. What is
this.
oh.
Feels kind of good though.
I don't. I feel pretty powerful right now.
Boss bitches. We both have
Shit.
ADHD for sure.
I was just gonna be like, do we need a slow mo that pans out?
Mm. Wait.
Hello there. But yeah, I think no. Oh, my cousin was like, "Are you going to any shows?" I'm like, "No, no, I'm not."
But yeah, I think it's possible to get trapped here if you
Oh, for
have like
sure.
unfinished business. I think that's super sad. And like, how do you move on?
I don't know.
Are you just trapped forever?
And it's like I I mean it would be frustrating to be a spirit and then like have unfinished shit and then like be stuck here
Yeah.
and then you can't communicate with anybody because like you freak them out. But like also like how much like
It
how are
reminds
you
me of that
gonna
movie Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Because, like, if you just, like, accidentally turn off the light, I'm gonna be like, what the heck? And just turn it back on. It's not like you're gonna tell me, like, Morse code, like, how I'm, you know what I
Yeah, and
mean?
then I feel like it also takes so much energy for ghosts to like move
Right.
physical things.
Yeah.
So,
So I was watching this series, I guess now, because they are staying in the Conjuring house for 7 days. I haven't finished part two because I'm a little skeptical about the medium that they're using.
yeah.
Um, but the people that own the place currently are pretty cool and
Do
interesting.
they stay there? The people who own it, do they live in
No,
the
they
house?
can't even live in the house.
Yeah.
They said they couldn't. It's a couple that when they hold hands, there's like knocking.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
really interesting. I think it's like Sam and Colby or something. I don't know. I just find it interesting because of the house and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But oh my God, it left a thought left my brain.
Both of us. I don't know what's happening.
I don't
It's
know.
ghosts in our brain.
Get out of there.
Stealing the thoughts.
Go away. It's like, don't talk about this.
Too damn bad.
I don't know. Okay, so if you could use, do you know about like ghost hunting tools?
Kind of. I know about like the rods. You can like hold the rods and then you can ask questions.
Yeah.
And if it's like yes, then I'll cross. But I'm super skeptical of that because any sort of tilt
Oh,
of your
yeah,
hand
for sure.
can cross them. The box, I'm also skeptical
Yeah.
about. I don't know.
There's half of me that would love to try it, but the other half is I don't want to invite anything
Exactly. I feel like you can invite like
bad
a
in.
negative. But I have like my first apartment was like a little studio
Yeah.
and it was super small. It was above a laundromat. There were like three or four units
Now?
and huh?
You're above.
Oh no. This is my first place when I was 18.
It's like that's
And
creepy.
no.
I think
Really?
it's.
What do you mean?
I
But
think.
when I was there, cabinets would like open and
Oh, yeah,
slam
you
shut
talked
in
about
my
this.
place, and
Yeah,
it's
no.
my studio apartment. Like nobody else was there,
Yeah.
and it would happen in my kitchen and my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I didn't have animals, like nothing. And then
Super weird.
there was in my childhood home, I shared a bedroom with my mom's roommate's daughter. That's
Okay.
confusing, but
Yeah.
we would share a room, and the girl would ask me like oh, were you up last night?
Oh
Like I
my
heard
God,
like
yeah.
shuffling, I heard walking around,
Yeah,
instances like that. And like I would pass by that we had a long hallway and there was a bathroom right in the middle of it. And
yeah.
every single time I passed it, it just felt
Oof.
like someone watching you, you know,
Yeah,
that feeling.
yeah,
And then other instances where like her stereo would be on and she would be
yeah.
like, hey, can you turn my stereo off if you're going to listen to it? It's like, I wasn't listening to it. Things like that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Creepy.
Very,
Yeah.
very. Yeah, my grandma and grandpa's house was definitely haunted. And then my whole mom's side, well, I mean, that's the only side I know, but my mom's side of the family. Yeah, mommy and daddy. Yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too, though.
2 points.
That's when you get the anxious and the
Oh
avoidant
my god.
attention.
Oh my god.
Issues.
But all of them have also experienced hauntings too.
Yeah.
And then like I think there was rumor of one of my cousins being possessed when she was younger, and there's just a lot of weird shit. So, and it's interesting too because they're really, really religious. They're like
Oh.
super religious.
And
So,
that's really fascinating to me, too. Like, religious people are like, oh, yeah, we need exorcisms. And,
right.
like,
Well, they
'cause you
believe
can
in
get,
heaven and
yeah, heaven and
hell.
hell and demons.
Right, which makes sense. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it. It's hard. That part is hard to like fight them on, like deny really, because I believe in that.
Heaven and hell and demons.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. I don't. Well, I don't know if I believe in heaven and hell. I don't know. Do you?
No.
I don't think I do either. When I think about it,
Yeah, no. I think we all go to one place.
lobby.
No, not the lobby.
You just go in a waiting room. There's elevator music. That'd be crazy.
That would suck.
That'd be crazy.
No wonder.
I think in the book too, they were talking about, I really don't think I don't know if I believe in heaven and hell. I don't think I do. No, I don't. I really don't. That's weird. I'm just having that
This
realization.
is crazy that you're having this realization like now, right now.
Yeah, because I've
That's
never
cool.
really like thought about it
Yeah,
because I don't know. I forgot that my family's so religious, and
mine
then I
too.
forgot that like
Yeah.
heaven and hell is a part of their
Belief
belief.
system.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess I don't necessarily, because if you believe in reincarnation, you can't believe in heaven and hell, right?
Yeah, no, I think we come here and we do life and then, we either
Yeah.
progress our soul or not. And then we all go to the same place and we kind of digest how
Yeah.
the life went and what we could have done better and what we learned and lessons, from that.
If humans become extinct, what's gonna happen to all of us?
I think that there are other life forms on other planets.
Oh, there has to be.
Yeah. So I think that we're gonna still reincarnate, but maybe just not as
An alien.
yeah, it would just be aliens. It's fine.
We do have a pretty big universe, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean I don't think it's realistic to think that there's not
no.
something else, other
Well,
life
there's
forms.
proof. Remember that the Mexican city, Mexico. I'm not racist. I promise.
What are you talking about?
That alien that they came out, they publicly, the government was like,
Oh,
here's
yeah.
alien forms. So,
I don't. Where did Mexico City come from?
I
Is that
thought,
where they found it?
I think that's where they were holding it or something.
Oh.
But it was funny because I was scrolling through TikTok, and of course, these freaking cake videos are getting out of hand. They made a cake that looked exactly like it, like the texture and everything looked exactly like it. And then all of a
Oh.
sudden, I like scrolled through, I saw the cake, I'm like, ah, another alien one, but the knife didn't cut its head. And I'm like, why is this so squishy? And Matt was saying the same thing, and then they cut it, and there was a cake, and I'm like, I can't with you guys. And then yesterday, I was scrolling through TikTok, and there's a BMW where the handle, the door handle, I guess it like got too hot and got melted, so they were just scraping it off like butter. And then one of the comments were like, yo, these cake videos are getting way
It's
too
too
realistic,
much. I
but it's
mean-
not cake.
Good for you. Oh, it wasn't a cake?
No, it was actually the cars, and I was like, I can't. I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
Nothing's real.
But the aliens are real.
Yeah, aliens are real. The government has said it. Like, it's,
No, I
it's
think
out
they
there.
have to be.
They
They
are.
have to be.
Yeah.
The universe is so big.
Yeah. And so I think, like, also in the book, further in the book, sorry, spoiler alert, it talks it talks about like
La 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 la.
how I'm wearing headphones, you're gonna hear me anyway. You can't hide from me.
No.
How Earth is like
Shitty.
hard version. Like reincarnating on Earth is like hard. The hard version.
Who set this setting on me?
Yeah, because apparently some lives you can live is like mentally
Yeah.
difficult. Some lives you can live is like physically difficult.
Yeah.
Earth is both. Surprise, shut it.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
What
so-
about like the multiverse? Do you believe in the multiverse at all? Like parallel?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So would we share the same soul? What?
Surprise! It talks about this too. Like people who are under the hypnosis who talk about essentially being able to split their soul and live two lives at once, and you're not like less of yourself.
Yes.
But
You're just a different version.
are essentially dealing with more lessons at once. You can condense them.
That's so interesting.
I think that's like for more advanced spirits, or souls, but
I hope my alternate universe is doing better.
same. I hope I'm like just a cat basking in the sun.
Right.
Maybe a frog sitting
No,
on a
seriously.
little lily pad. Wow, what a life. I
What
wish.
a life. I know, I think about but I'm pretty sure in my past life I was a cat.
Maybe.
I feel that in my soul.
I think I was a whale.
Can you please
No.
Can you please elaborate on this right
I
now?
will not. Yeah.
Oh no. Samantha.
I didn't have that name. I had a whale name. Who knows what it was?
I'm not even gonna try.
I don't know. I don't know why I think that, but I do.
It's okay. It's the same way. I'm pretty for sure I was a cat.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Just the knowing. Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird one.
Anyway, yeah, this is some like kind of weird shit that I don't expect everybody to understand, but
I understand. That's all that matters. We're in this together.
I hope you guys understand or care about what we're talking about, but if not, let us know your thoughts. I know, because literally I feel like I'm just an insane person who has all these crazy, outlandish, strange thoughts, and people are just kind of look at me like, what the fuck are you talking
I
about?
have the same thoughts too, though.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
why we made this podcast. We can validate each other.
We're not even crazy.
Not even crazy. That's how we got here. So.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
I'm happy about
great.
it.
Me too.
For I've been wanting to start a podcast forever.
Did you think it was gonna be like
No, but I love it. Because it like fits all the things that I wanted it to be,
all
but
of our
more.
interests? Yeah. I'm like, Mitty, listen to this new special interest I've acquired. And she's like, wow, that's so interesting. And then we talk about it forever, and then
Yeah, it's great.
here we are.
It's exciting. And that's why now we're sharing it with you. Now you guys get to indulge us in this
Yeah.
journey of what we think we were in past lives.
Yeah, I think you guys should share if you had any of those experiences, or if you decide to do that. YouTube, it's a YouTube, the Brian Weiss
Oh, yeah.
past life regression.
Cool question.
Damn, I was hoping you didn't. I was just staring at you like,
I didn't
maybe
miss.
nobody heard that.
I didn't miss the bees. I had no hesitation.
Question.
Wait. I'm sorry. I gave no time to like comprehend. I just
I really
heard
was
it.
just like staring at you
I
like,
could feel. I'm like, whoa.
dear God, I hope that wasn't just let that one go. No. It's fine. We
I
like to
thought it
razz
was
each
cute.
other. Riz?
Not Riz.
Razzle dazzle.
Riz is like charisma,
The Riz.
right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
short for charisma. Those
Yeah.
of you that don't know.
Didn't I teach you that?
Zoomers, like, yeah, I didn't
Calm
know.
down. over here. Like she's teaching me something new.
I can't keep up. I was teaching the world.
Oh.
You,
Right.
we're already always on the same page. Usually we're on the same page.
Yeah.
So, I do like when we're not on the same page sometimes. So.
When? Give me an example.
Oh God, you're putting a lot of pressure on me. I think more of not on the same page, but like different views. Because a lot of the times, like for example, when I'm very much in my sad girl and you're like aggression, and then sometimes we'll flip and I'll be like aggressive and you're like, why do I feel so angry? So I think in that manner we're like, but everything else we're pretty on track.
Same
feel
beliefs,
like I
values.
literally don't even have to say full sentences, and you're like, "Yep,
Yeah.
I know you got it."
Yeah.
Just say words.
Also, like part of being so sensitive and like picking up on energy is like I feel what you're feeling. I'm just like, oh yeah, I know that this is happening and I know why it's happening.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk it through or just feel it?
Literally, I really like the new thing you're implementing is the do you want.
Oh, it's so hard. I love giving unsolicited advice, but I'm trying to be better about not doing that because not everybody wants to hear that shit. So I'll be like, oh, do you want me to just listen to you or do you want me to give you my opinion? Because either one is fine, but
I was so thrown off because at first I was like, no, I'm not ready. So I'm like, I can't handle this. I'm like, whatever you're gonna say, I'm gonna be mad.
And then 10 seconds later, she was like, all right, tell me.
Now that I've mentally processed and prepared.
And now here it is. What are your thoughts?
It made sense. I get it. It was funny.
Yeah.
It made me giggle.
I'm trying.
Do you believe in mediums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I feel like some of them I don't, but some of them I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people who fake shit out.
A razzle razzle. Razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle, yeah. I was telling Mitty about, I just kind of recently watched this show that's called Life After Death with Tyler Henry. It is on Netflix. You should give it a...
The cord was touching my foot like it's a spider and I was
about wiggling around.
to burn the place down.
No, I love spiders. I'll save them. Let me rescue them.
I'll just put it, I usually just put a cup over it and then wait till someone can come and get it.
Me.
Or I'll throw the whole jar away.
Tell me. I like to capture them and then scoop them up
free.
and bring them outside and release them into the world where they belong.
I'm so sorry you were talking about something.
Life After Death with Tyler Henry. He is a medium and he would like, you should watch it. It's on Netflix. Everybody should watch it.
I have it on my list.
Fascinating. I cry at every single episode.
Oh my God.
Pretty on brand. It's like this, he's, you know, like 22 or something dude who's been like doing this for most of his life, but he'll meet with people who are super skeptical usually.
Right.
He'll like, his method is that he'll like draw or like scratch and then they'll like communicate with him and everybody is like a believer after they meet with him. But there are always going to be people who are just doing things for money and using things, you know.
So mediums are clairvoyant then? Is that what that?
Yeah.
Like how does that?
Some of the clairs.
Yeah.
So there's clairaudient, which is when you hear things.
Yeah.
Clairvoyant.
Clairvoyance is sight, isn't it?
Yeah, when you can see something, so like in your mind, you see it.
I don't remember any of the other.
I think is the like just knowing things.
Like intuition almost.
Yeah. Yeah, just.
I read somewhere that scent was one of them, but now I don't know. I didn't didn't research it.
Yeah, no, I can't remember all of them either, but those are the ones that I remember. Yeah.
Because there's definitely like, hearing, I feel like, which one's the most popular? Or like the most common, not most popular, sorry.
Sentient, I think.
Which one is that one?
Seeing.
Mm-hmm. I would hate. Well, I don't know. I think about it and I'm like, would I hate it? But I mean, like, if I'm trying to sleep and someone's just standing in my doorway, I would
And
not be
also,
happy about it.
a question I have is like, how, if you can see things, how can you differentiate between what's real and what's
Right.
dead?
Right. No, seriously. How? I don't know.
Like, yeah, if there was somebody else sitting in that chair and I was just talking to them,
Like, what are you doing?
yeah.
I get. I guess that's the only way.
Right.
So, like, who are you talking
Who
to?
are you talking to?
That would
What
be
do you
such a
mean?
terrifying realization. I would be
Yeah,
like,
that would
I'm
be
just
super
gonna go.
scary. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's such a gift though. You're able to help those people that are stuck on this plane or that have messages that
Do you think that those people can help the trapped souls move on?
I think so. I definitely think so.
I hope
Well,
so.
in some cases, I think in other cases maybe not. Like
Yeah.
their
That's probably a skill.
if their physical body is still like stuck in one spot, I don't know if that has anything to do with stuff because like
Mm.
some of them can't let that go.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Or if you get like brutally murdered.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh, okay, so I think it's called no, what is it? God, we just watched a scary movie. I don't know, but it's basically about the Queen Mary, like the boat.
Oh.
And the movie, I mean, I don't know how much of it was factual because I didn't read much
Search.
about the
Mm-hmm.
boat, but they were in the movie, they were basically talking, sorry, spoilers, but like the guy, they did it so well too, but the main guy, like, that's trying to protect the boat, which makes sense. I think it's like when they built the boat,
Hmm.
they sacrificed one person to like take care of the boat, so they buried him under the pool. And so like it was like it's like an old like tradition thing to where you like
What?
bury a builder under a building. Like it
Hell
was
no.
old. Yeah, and I had to Google it because I'm like, is this a real thing? And I guess at some point it was. So then I think about it. I'm like, how many people are like buried under? Like how does that? Like even way back then, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's definitely, I'm sure there's definitely. They killed people in the witches trials. I mean, I wouldn't put this past people either.
No, yeah.
Being
People are.
superstitious and stuff. Yeah. But
That's
isn't
awful.
that crazy? So then
Yeah.
this guy is all fired up because, like, um, the moment I realized it was when they were like smashing into a wall to get to a different level. And all of a sudden, as they were smashing into the wall, he was like stopped and started vomiting a bunch of blood. And I'm like, oh, he's a part of the boat. Like, he is one, like, with the boat because he is a spirit that is like stuck. He basically merged with the
I hate
boat.
that.
Yeah, so that's, but it's a thing. Like, I was like, at least it was a thing. So then I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Or like, ooh, I can't remember the serial killer, but he like buried a bunch of people in the walls in his basement.
That's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Do you imagine like years and years later, and then you're like
I
trying
hope
to?
that motherfucker got haunted.
I hope so too. But what if some poor like couple bought this house and was like, oh, we got this on a deal, and they're trying to renovate the house? But I mean, the smell.
And
I
then
mean,
you
there's no way you
come
can't avoid the
across,
smell, right?
unless it's like concrete walls,
That's
which
even
is like a
more
basement.
which is what they would do
Foundation,
for
yeah.
the. Yeah, that's wild.
Scary
Let's see.
shit.
Burying bodies under buildings or ships. I forgot what it's called. There's a specific name. Oh, wow. They used to do human sacrifices in Japan?
It's everywhere, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Foundation laid in human sacrifice. Yeah, it was
people
a
have been sacrificing other people for thousands of years to like have good crops and like bless their journeys and yeah,
yeah.
like a lot of things, like good weather, like yeah,
That's wild. There's so much. Yeah, that's wild.
yeah. Sad,
I
but
feel bad for the people looking at my search history. It's literally me on TikTok and then going and researching it and fact checking and then going back to TikTok and then me going through a rabbit hole and then going back to Google something completely different.
yeah.
All in the span of like 30 minutes.
They're like, what is she doing?
sometimes I'm watching guinea pigs eat rice, and then or not rice. It was eating like carrots or something, and I was like,
That's
oh, and I
cute.
went down a whole rabbit hole of just watching them eat food.
I like to watch tortoises eat
I
food.
was just gonna say that, like the strawberry, like no.
So cute.
So precious. So precious.
Anyway, whoop ha.
I know. We went through a lot, you guys. Oh, nice. We hit an hour. I'm not editing any of this. It's
Oh
got a
shit.
full
I
send.
said some very
What
aggressive things
question?
at the beginning.
Oh, maybe I'll edit the beginning. That's all. But yeah, I don't know. I think you guys should definitely read the book.
I stand by it, but still aggressive.
I don't think it's aggressive. What do you mean? We'll talk about it later. Your face looks stressed. That was
I'm
me.
not stressed.
Honestly, editing videos, let me tell you guys,
Yeah, I don't
it
do
is
that
hard.
because I don't know what I'm doing.
But it's also just like the self-image thing. It's a tough one for me.
Yeah, it's actually let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes.
We're wrapping up, but before we go,
But there's more.
there's
more.
always more,
If
to
you
be
call
honest.
in, you get two for the price of one.
It's so interesting to like put yourself out there and your beliefs and everything,
Yes.
and just we're gonna be judged.
Oh,
We are
for
going to be
sure.
judged
And that's
for
okay.
what we look like, our beliefs, our stances.
Yeah.
I guess that's the same thing, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like,
it feels very vulnerable.
it is. It's really hard. It's hard to be. When I first started streaming, it was really hard, and then I got used to it after a while. But this, I don't know, this feels different because it's like a video that you could have fixed if it goes out and it's bad,
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh well, and I'm like, ah, I could have cut that out, or I could have edited this better, and this and that. So I mean,
So you're also judging your like editing.
oh, I'm
in
critiquing
that, too.
everything. Yeah. So it's not
Yeah.
only like, why did I say that, or why do I look like that? It's, I should have just cut it out.
Yeah.
And that's what I was having problem with the other video, because I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a perfectionist sometimes, and I can't help it.
It's hard, and people are cruel
They are.
and like very judgmental, and that's it is what it is.
Women are mean to me sometimes.
You're learning your
too.
lesson in this life. It's fine, but
Releasing control. So that's why I'm like full send. This whole thing is going up.
yeah, it's
Except
hard.
the beginning.
We validate each other, but
Yeah.
there are going to be people who don't agree with us
Which
or
is okay.
who think we suck and are ugly.
But that's the thing that drives me so crazy is that, okay, one person has a view, right? They're like, I believe the sky is blue. And I'm like, okay, I think it's pink and purple.
Mhm.
We're both right, we're both wrong, or one of us is right or wrong. Who cares?
Yeah.
You have your view. You're entitled to that.
Yeah.
I have my view. I'm entitled to that.
Yeah.
Why do you have to force your beliefs and your thought process and your experience down my throat when I don't know what life you've lived to led you to that
Believe
thought?
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had an argument with someone one time, and it was real aggressive because it was someone really close to me. She was like, "Why? We're never gonna see eye to eye." I'm like, "We don't need to see eye to eye. I respect you and I love you as a person. I don't need you
Yeah.
to see where I'm coming from because you haven't lived my life. You
Yeah.
don't know why I did the
I
things I did."
believe the things that I do.
Yeah.
Our boss always says too, if we were all the same, it would be a very boring
Oh
world.
my God. Yeah, it would be so boring.
So I think that plays into it. We should all be much more kind to each other and loving and
Yes.
accepting. I
This
think the
life-
world would be such a better place with that. But
And this life is already so hard. So
Yeah.
it always just like yeah. I mean, my number one thing that irks me the most is when people are not genuine.
just be you.
Yeah, I don't know. Authenticity just
And listen to other people's experiences because that will probably open up your views too. If you are very
Yeah.
closed-minded and only listen to the people who share the same views as you,
you're gonna have a hard life.
and it's just very narrow-minded.
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
really is. And I feel like we're very open-minded people, so it's hard to like
Unless you're hateful to other people, then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm like that. So
yeah, like actually malicious. Like
that's where I
yeah.
draw the
Yeah.
line. Like let people be who they are. Everybody is learning in their own time, and hopefully they will
We're all
grow and be better.
Yeah, we're all on
With
our
all of
own
us.
soul journey. Let us be on our journey.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on your journey. I want to be on mine.
Yeah. And we're learning at different paces, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
That's wholesome.
that's what I have to say to that.
That was a good wrap. That was a good. We did it.
We love you.
We ended up here.
Oh,
We got here.
how do you make a heart with your hands?
Go like this.
This one? Did you know the Zoomers are doing this?
Yeah.
This feels like gang signs. Gang, gang.
Gang,
Gang,
gang.
but this-
Positive vibe tribe. I don't know. I like this one still.
Yeah, same. We're millennials, that's why.
We're Generation Y.
I hate that.
Like Y.
That's still not real to me. Sorry.
I want to be Generation Alpha. That's cool. I would never want to be Generation Beta, though. I feel like Beta has a bad rep
They're gonna
because they're the second.
have a, what's the word? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Got nothing. This is one
No.
of those times. It's okay.
gone.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Someone
with
text
that,
me like way later in the morning.
this is it. That's what I was trying to say. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you so much.
We love you.
We love you guys.
We hope to hear about you and your spiritual experiences and what you think about
Yes.
souls, and if we're going to burn in hell, or if we're going to wait in a lobby, or if
Just an
there's
elevator going down infinity.
just darkness. Who knows?
Also,
knows?
I'm gonna drop the link to the book, and I'm also
Oh,
gonna
nice.
drop a link to
You're so smart. Brian
the-
Weiss's
to the YouTube
Half-Life
video,
regression.
so that you guys can experience it too. Also be mindful. You were talking about it took you like 5 tries.
No, sorry, I'm itching my nose. Sorry. That wasn't for you, that was for me. Yeah, when I initially did the Brian Weiss regression video, I could not focus to save my life, and it did take me like 5 tries before I could actually get into it. So if it
Yeah.
doesn't work for you the first time, try again, see how it goes.
Yeah, don't lose hope.
Yep.
I fall asleep during probably 80% of the guided meditations I do, but it's
Whatever.
fine. We love you guys. Take care.
Yeah,
See
we
you
love
next
you.
week.
Talk to you later.
Bye.